SSR Yuta will be releasing November 24th in his featured SSR banner. Is he worth to summon for? Obviously, we have been talking about him since the game released, even well before the game released actually, so he's definitely worth it. But is he a must-have unit, and is your account completely ruined if you do not manage to get him? The answer to both of these questions is no. Well, first of all, even though he is a very good character, a very strong character with longevity and a future-proof unit, that does not also mean that other characters that will come out or are already out are not also viable and can clear a lot of content in the game, even content that Yuta can clear. Now Yuta might do it considerably easier sometimes, but other characters, other damage dealers and teams will also be viable. If you don't manage to get him for whatever reason, that does not mean that you should uninstall the game. I feel like this needs to be said, especially with how much hype surrounds this specific character. He's definitely worth it though, and if you are one of the players that has been saving up for him, let's take a look at his kit. What makes him so strong? With his skill 1, he deals taijutsu damage to a selected enemy, so physical damage, pretty standard. With his skill 2, Jujutsu damage to all enemies, which is awesome, decreases all enemies' critical hit resistance for 2 turns, and even has a requirement and the possibility to instantly defeat an enemy. With his skill 3, he deals combined damage, both taijutsu and jujutsu, to one selected enemy once again, but this time for 4 hits, and with his ultimate, he deals tons of jujutsu damage to all enemies, which is amazing. A lot of damage output here from his ultimate, but he also increases both types of damage for himself for 4 turns, but then as a drawback, he is unable to fill his own ultimate skill goes for 4 turns, which means he cannot super easily and normally regain his ultimate again with the buffs active and then reactivate it, which is a disadvantage. The rest of his abilities of course do more damage after that if you do need it and the enemies managed to survive the ultimate damage. His combo ultimate effect also does damage to all enemies, which is awesome, and his passive is an entire paragraph. So at the start of its turn, if an ally's HP is 60% or below and his cursed energy is 10 or above, he recovers all ally HP by 25%, which is extremely strong because a damage dealer like that also providing sustainability is a good combo. He then decreases his own cursed energy by 10. He increases his damage even further for both types of damage, so all of his abilities get affected by this, and finally he can fill his own ultimate skill goes by 200. He has another passive actually. When targeted by an enemy melee attack, there is a certain chance he does melee jujutsu damage back to that enemy, which is not the best. It's like a counter attack, but it's a welcomed addition to an already strong kit. Overall, we have by far the best red type damage dealer in the entire game for a long time to come. We have in general one of the best damage dealers here because of his very good damage multipliers and also his high damage output. If we take into consideration all of the boosting he can also provide himself, with a free sustainability factor attached to his passive and some slight utility coming from his skill 2, which also can damage all enemies, like his combo ultimate effect and his ultimate ability as well, which can be extremely valuable, and his skill 2 specifically compared with the right supports, buffers and team in general can even help you get to the final wave faster by attacking and taking out multiple enemies before that. And I have to also mention, he does not leave after 7 turns, like Gojo does. As someone who mainly has Gojo as a damage dealer, when I can't clear in 7 turns, for whatever reason, maybe Gojo does not have a type advantage, for example, or in the stages where you're just aiming for high damage, if Gojo leaves, I'm kinda screwed. But with Yuta, who stays there all of the time, in majority of quests you can take your time, stall as much as you want and freely set up your skills, without having to worry and check all the time if your damage dealer will be there next turn. Does that mean he's better than Gojo just because of that? Well, not necessarily, but that is definitely an advantage he has over him. What do you think about SSR Yuta though? Are you going to pull for him, like me? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, I would really appreciate it. One with Geto will be coming out soon as well, subscribe to not miss out on that, and as always, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.